Hello dear students, today we are going to study standard 7th science NCERT chapter number 17, forest, our lifeline. Now in this chapter you are going to study about forest, what are the things, how the forest acts and what is the role of forest in humans. Okay, so let's get started with the forest. Now one evening Bujo entered the park with an elderly person. Now in this chapter Bujo, Paheli and his friends will discuss about these whole things about forest and will show us, explain us how forest helps us in our daily lives. He introduced himself to his friends. Professor Ahmed was a scientist working in the university. So the children started playing while Professor Ahmed sat on a bench in the corner. He was tired as he had participated in the Golden Jubilee celebrations of the town. After a while, the children also came and sat around him. They wanted to know about the celebration. Now, children were curious to know about the celebrations done in town. Okay? So, the Professor Ahmed told them that after the cultural program, the senior people discussed the town's unemployment problem. A plan was proposed to put up a factory by clearing an area of forest just outside the town. The people discussing that cleaning some of the part of the poor forest and trying to set up a factory for their unemployment purpose. This would give the increased population of the town and a chance to get jobs. The children were very surprised when Professor Ahmed told them the people had objected to the idea. Okay, various people also objected this idea to put up a factory by clearing some of the portion of the forest. Why? Because the forest serves as a green lungs and water purifying system in nature. Forest behaves as a green lungs and water purifying systems in nature. Now how this we will understand in this chapter. The children were confused. Professor Ahmed realized that children never visited a forest. So the children also wants to know about more forest. So they decided to visit the forest trip with the Professor Ahmed. Now, Professor Ahmed took the children, Paheli and Bujo, their friends, will go to forest visit with Professor Ahmed and they will learn about the forest. So in this journey of the forest, you also learn, okay? So very first visit to a forest. One Sunday morning, the children packed a few things like knife, a hand glance, a stick, a notebook and walked together through a forest trail near a village. On their way, they met a young boy of their age group nearby along with his aunt. He was very agile, running here and there and keeping their herd together. When he saw the children, Tibu started walking along them, while his aunt went on a different path. As soon as they entered the forest, Tibu raised his hand and signaled them to keep quiet, and because noise could disturb the animals living in the forest, isn't it? So we should maintain silence when we visit to a forest. Tibu then took them to a place of a height to show that the broad view of the forest. When you go to visit a particular forest, you just go to top of the site and you will see a broad view of the forest. It will very beautiful. Children were surprised because they could not see in any land. The different tree tops formed green covered, isn't it? आप ऊपर की हाइट से देखोगे तो नीचे की फ्लोर कैसे होगी, पूरा ग्रीन कवर होगा, isn't it? Tall tree tops, green covered land, not a single land is barren. However, the cover was not uniformly green. The environment was peaceful and cool breeze blowing, isn't it? The forest का environment कैसा होता है, pleasant होता है, cool air breezes. This made children quite fresh and happy. While coming down, they also got excited on hearing the sudden sounds of the birds. When you visit the forest, there are different sounds of birds. Okay, you will hear it. So, some noise from the top branches of the trees. Tibu told them to relax since it was a normal phenomena. जंगलों में, फॉरेस्ट में तो ये सब पक्षियों का, बर्ड्स का आवाज़ जिसे बोलते हैं ना कलरव, ये तो होता है. That is a very normal phenomena in the forest. Because of the children's presence, some monkeys had climbed higher up on the trees where they disturbs the other birds. So in this way, animals give often alerts. But okay, in this way, warning to other animals. Tibu also told that the many animals like boar, bison, jackals, porcupine, elephants live in the deeper areas of the forest. Professor Ahmed cautioned children they should not go deep into the forest because in the deeper portion of the forest various wild animals are there. So you should not go it. Now Bujo and Pehle remembered that they had studied in class 6 that the forest is a habitat. Isn't it? In class 6 you had understood about forest is a habitat for the various animal. Okay. So they can see now how forest provides the home for various animals and plants. Isn't it? Now various types of trees are found in forest. Isn't it? Like in our book it is given sal, teak, sammal, shisham, neem, palash, fig, khair, amla, bamboo, kachanar. There are several other trees like shrubs, herbs and grasses in the forest. Isn't it? Shrub, trees, grasses, herbs, various categories of plants are found in a forest. The forest floor and the trees were also covered with the different types of creepers and climbers. The sun was barely visible through the leaves, okay, of the forest and making it quite dark inside the forest. It is barely the sun rays came in the deep in the forest. Now here activity 17.1 is about you have to observe various things in your home and make a list, okay, which are made from the material we have used obtained from the forest. Okay, various things we obtain from the forest in our daily life. Isn't it? Like paper, matchsticks, boxes, furnitures, different types of oils, gums, species, okay, fodders, all these various things we get from the forest. Okay, now you wondered who would have planted these trees in the forest? आपको ये क्यूरियसिटी होगा ना कि कौन आके यहाँ पे ये पौधे प्लांट्स लगा के गया फॉरेस्ट में? Here is your answer students. In nature, trees produce enough seeds. Okay, वो अपने आप से खुद सीड्स करते हैं, बनाते हैं. In nature, trees produce enough seeds. So the forest floors provides favorable conditions for them to germinate and develop them into the seedlings and saplings. So some grows into trees. That branchy part of a tree above the stem, stem के ऊपर जो branchy part होता है ना tree का, that are known as crown. Okay, various types of crowns are there, branches, okay, of the trees. Now the branches of the tall trees look like roof over them, different types of roofs. Isn't it? Different types of roofs covers the other plant in a forest, that are canopy, okay, that are known as canopy. Now activity 17.2 is about visit to a forest or a park, and you have to observe the trees and try to identify it. Okay, trees had crowns of different types and sizes. These had created different horizontal layers in the forest. So these are known as understory. Giant and tall trees constituent the top layer, followed by shrubs and tall grasses, and herbs form the lowest layer. So this you had understand about, in this you had understand about crown, that canopy, that understory. Isn't it? Land cover, tall grasses, short grasses, herbs form the lowest area. So we had also understand that the forest gives us various products. Okay, this is about 17.2 activity. In 17.1 activity, you had understand the various products we get from forest. That is gum, wooden articles which we are using in our house. Okay, even also you get honey, isn't it? Then also you get sealing wax. So different things you get from the forest, different types of oils, even you can add to this different types of oils, species, isn't it? This we get from the forest. Now, would we similar kind of trees in every forest? हर फॉरेस्ट में एक ही तरह के ट्रीज हम देखते हैं? नो ना, we cannot see similar types of trees in a forest. There are varieties of trees and plants in a forest. Why? Because due to different climatic conditions, there are variations in the types of trees and other plants. So the types of animals also differ from the forest too. Further, they also understand that they came across various numerous insects, spiders, squirrels, ants and various other small animals on the bark of the trees. You will notice it, isn't it? In the tree barks, various types of tiny insects are there, squirrels are there, ants are there, spiders are there. So plant leaves and on decaying leaves on the forest floor. The forest floor seems dark colored and was covered with the layer of dead and decaying leaves, fruits, seeds, twigs and small herbs. So the decaying matter was moist and warm. जो नीचे का जो सड़ा हुआ decaying matter होता है ना, वो moist होता है और warm होता है. If you want to try, you can try it. Here is an interesting activity given. Dig a small pit, put vegetable waste and leaves in it. Cover it with the soil. Add some water. After 3-4 days, remove the soil, upper layer of the soil and touch it. Does the pit feel warm inside? Yes. So there are so many trees here. Pehli ask the question. There are so many trees in the forest. Also there are many forests like this. What will make difference if we cut some trees for a factory? क्या फ़र्क पड़ता है अगर फैक्ट्री लगाने के लिए हम इसमें से थोड़े ट्रीज निकाल देते हो तो क्या फ़र्क पड़ता है? प्रोफेसर अहमद explained that you had understand about autotrophs, heterotrophs and saprotrophs in chapter 1, isn't it? Modes of nutrition in plants. It will affect it. Various types of organism, various types of creatures are there. They depend autotrophs and heterotrophs for their nutrition, isn't it? So we had also understood how the green plants produce foods through the unique process known as a photosynthesis. They are autotrophs. Na? All animals, whether herbivorous or carnivorous, depend ultimately on plants for food. Organisms which feed on plants often get eaten by other organisms and so on. For example, grass is eaten by insect which in turn is taken by the frog. Written by frog, isn't it? And the frog is consumed by snake. Frog is eaten by snake and hence that snake, okay, that it's eaten by eagle or vultures. So this is known as a food chain. So food chain may various or all the chain components of the chain, isn't it? Let's see one example of the food chain. Green grass. Grass is eaten insects, isn't it? Then in turn insects are eaten by frog. Then frogs are eaten by, we can say, various like a snake and eagle. So all the food chain, if forests are not there, all the food chain gets affected. If any one component will miss, suppose insects are not there, the frogs cannot depend directly on grass. If frogs are not there, the snake directly not depend on insects, isn't it? So many food chains can be found in the forest. All food chains are linked with each other. If any one component of the food chain is disturbed, it affects the other food chain also. So every part of a forest is dependent on the other parts. If we remove one component, for example trees, isko hi nikal denge, then whole the food chain gets disturbed, isn't it? So we can say that plants, soil, decomposers, all these are having interrelationship with the unique forest. Now the children who visited forest, they had also seen the tiny insects, okay, mushrooms over decaying leaves. They also saw army of tiny insects, millipedes, ants, beetle on them. They were wondering how this organism lives there, isn't it? When you visit a forest, you will see these all tiny insects. You will be thinking then how they live over here. Professor Ahmad explained that apart from these animals which are easily seen, there are several organisms and microorganisms that live in the soil. So पहली wonder that what mushroom and other microorganisms eat, उसको पहली को ये जानने की उत्सुकता बढ़ी कि what microorganisms and these mushroom eat, उसका न्यूट्रिशन कहाँ से बनता है. That Professor Ahmed explained that they feed on dead plant and animal tissues and convert them into dark colored substance known as humus. Isn't it this you are understand in previous chapter? So the microorganisms which convert the dead plants and animals to humus are known as decomposers. These microorganisms plays an important role in the forest. Now what this plays an important role in the forest? The presence of humus, okay, ensures that the nutrients of the dead plants and animals are released into the soil. They take nutrition from the dead plants and their nutrients are released from the soil, and from their soil these nutrients are again absorbed by the root systems of a plant. Okay, now what happens if animal dies in a forest? You might have a question कि ये तो हो गया, but what happen if any animal dies in the forest? क्या होता है उसका? Now here is a very interesting answer. Dead animals become food for vultures, jackals, eagles, crows and various insects. In this way the nutrient cycles are revived. So nothing goes waste in a forest. So Pehli wants to know, Professor Ahmed explained that, isn't it? Professor Ahmed ने बोला था ना कि forests are called green lungs. Pehli wants the answer for this question. Why forests are called green lungs? Let's understand this. Now, plants release oxygen through the process of photosynthesis. Isn't it? We understand this photosynthesis, exchange of gases. The plants help to provide oxygen for animal respirations. They also maintain the balance of O2 and CO2 in the atmosphere. So that is why forests are called as a green lungs. The whole balance of gases, carbon dioxide and O2 are balanced with this forest. Here you can say plants, animals. Plants gives O2, animals CO2 by plants. So the balance of O2 and CO2 is maintained by the forest. So forest is not just home to plants and animals, and for this exchange of system, many peoples also live in the forest. Some of them may belong to different tribes. The forest provides, mostly these people, these tribes depends on forest. So the forest provides them with food, shelter, water and also medicines. They have a traditional knowledge about the medicinal plants in the forest. Tribes जो होती है forest में रहते हैं ना, उसको medicinal plants का ज़्यादा knowledge होता है, isn't it? So in the forest, the Bujo seen a small stream. He saw that the deer crossing the stream and was disappearing in the bushes. The dense bushes and tall grass provides the animals with the food and shelter. Isn't it? Many a times you had noticed that when you go to a forest or a particular place where animals are something drinking water or there. So when we appear, okay, when we goes, they suddenly go from that place. So the forest officer could recognize the presence of some animals in the forest by their droppings and footprints. Now droppings are just their excreta, waste, isn't it? The forest officer have knowledge about they easily recognize from their droppings and footprints about the animal कि ये किस animal का footprint है, isn't it? So a large decaying heap of animal dropping. Several beetles and grubs were feeding on the heap and a bunch of seedlings were sprouted. Isn't it? वो heap में से ही वो nutrition लेते हैं अपना. Various organisms are there, isn't it? And they also start feeding on the heap and bunch of seedlings was sprouting. Now these seedlings and herbs are shrubs. Okay, they are shrubs and herbs. So it is also a kind of seed dispersal mode. So various seedlings and herbs are just dispersed by these insects, isn't it, from the dropping. So again the forest have a nature enough, they can have enough property to produce the seedlings their own kind, isn't it. The animals also disperse the seeds of certain plants with the help of forests to grow and regenerate. So this disperse of the seeds by animals and various factors are there. They makes the forest grow and regenerate, वो उसमें जान लगाता है. The decaying animal dung also provide nutrients to seedlings to grow. Decaying animal का dung होता है ना, they also provide a nutrient for the seedlings to grow. So we can say that by harboring greater varieties of the trees, the forest provides greater opportunities for food and habitat for the herbivores, isn't it? So we can say that with the increase in the herbivores, it means availability of the carnivores, availability of food for the carnivores. So larger number of herbivores means increase the availability of food for the variety of carnivores. The wide variety of animals helps the forest to grow and regenerate. Now decomposers, what decomposers do? Decomposers helps in maintaining the supply of nutrients to the growing plants in the forest. वो plants होते हैं ना forest में, उसको वो nutrient supply करते हैं. Therefore we can say the forest is a dynamic living entity which is full of life and vitality. Okay. So this is about the forest importance. Now what happen if rain appears in a forest? उसका माहौल क्या होता है जब बारिश आती है फॉरेस्ट में, देखते हैं तो उसका माहौल क्या होता है. Let's understand this. Now let's understand what happens in the rain for forest. क्या होता है फॉरेस्ट में जब बारिश होती है, वहाँ का माहौल कैसा होता है. Okay, in the forest, raindrops were not hitting the forest floor directly. The uppermost layer of the forest, or that is canopy, intercepted the flow of the raindrops. वहाँ पे वो intercepted कर देता, slow कर देता है. And the most of the water was coming down through the branches and stems of the trees. Slowly it come reaches. From the leaves, it was dripping slowly over the branches of the shrubs and herbs. They found that the ground was still dry. After about half an hour, the rain stopped. Now we can notice that the layer of the dead leaves over the forest floor appeared wet, but water did not stagnate in a forest. वहाँ पे पानी खड़ा नहीं रहता. That did not stagnate. It directly absorbs. Isn't it? You had understand about the root system of the soils also absorbs water. We can also understand about the kacha floor and pakka floor, isn't it? So you can now easily understand why the water does not stagnate in a forest, isn't it? The forest also act as a natural absorbers of the rainwater and allows it to seep. वो एक natural absorber है forest, which allows rainwater to seep it. It also helps the maintain of water table throughout the year. So forest plays an important role in the maintaining of the water table. Now water table you had understood in chapter 16 that about water pressure reports, how the water table increase by the rainwater recharge it, isn't it? So forests not only help in controlling floods but also help to maintain the flow of water in the streams so that we get a steady supply of water. On the other hand, if trees are not present, rain hits the ground directly, isn't it? Barren land होती है तो वहाँ पे ट्री नहीं होता है तो क्या होता है, the rain water directly hit the land and may flood the area around it. पानी भी बहते हैं, floods हो जाता है. Heavy rain may also damages the soil and roots of trees normally bind the soil together, but in their absence the soil is washed away or eroded. We had also understand the soil erosion. Okay, in the absence of trees, soil will be eroded because the roots of the plants holds the soil tightly. It anchors it, isn't it? वो पकड़ के रखती है, वो बाइंड करके रखती है. अगर ट्रीज ही नहीं होंगे वो सॉइल में, लैंड में, तो मिट्टी भी बह जाएगी साथ में फ्लड्स के साथ. So soil will be eroded, isn't it? So now what happens after that? Now children went to a Tibu's village. Okay, वो टिबू के विलेज पे गए, वहाँ पे उसको देखना था सब. The children spent an hour at Tibu's village. On their way back, the weather of the village was quite pleasant. Villagers told them due to the surrounding of the forest, they receives a good rainfall, isn't it? The trees, varieties of trees are there. The forest area receives a more rain, isn't it? The air also remains cool. तो कैसा होता है सब माहौल फॉरेस्ट के आसपास, यही होता है ना. Noise pollution is less because the forest absorbs the noise of the nearby areas, isn't it? So these children learned about the village and they had enjoyed this village place. They had also enjoyed the forest visit. Now what had they understand, what importance of forest? Okay, now importance of forest are there various points. Let's start with this importance of forest. Now why forest? The first we can say forest provide us with oxygen, okay, O2 and CO2 balance, isn't it? The very first gaseous cycle manage or balance. They protect soil and provide a habitat, a large number of animal, we can say habitat for various animal. Animals, we can also say soil is protected by root system or by roots, isn't it? Next, forest helps in bringing good rainfall in neighboring areas. So good rainfall in near areas, isn't it? They are a source of medicinal plants, timber and useful products, so various products we obtain from the forest. So you can also add on the importance. It also balances or it also increase the water table, it keeps the flow of the water steady, isn't it? There are various points of importance of a forest, you just add on this. So we at the end of this chapter we understand that how forest is very precious for us, isn't it? So we can say now the forest is our lifeline. Now here it reflects now at the end of the chapter you understand okay, why forest is important, because forest is our lifeline. Now you understand what we should never when we visit a forest now we should does not make a noise, we should not spoil or garbage here and there, isn't it? We should maintain silence, we need to follow some of the rules maintained or framed by authorities of the forest, isn't it? So we need to maintain this because this is our lifeline. Now students, let's understand about what happen if forest disappear. अभी ये उसके आप ही देखो कि what happen, forest disappear हो जाएगा तो क्या होगा, various things we may fall in danger. The very first thing, if forest disappear, the amount of carbon dioxide will increase and increase in Earth's temperature. So we can say that if the forests are not there, so we can say CO2 increase due to the deforestation, isn't it? CO2 increase, then we can say that if the increase, it will increase Earth's temperature, we can also say that in the absence of trees and plants and animals not get food and shelter, so no food, shelter, because various habitats lives, isn't it? Where there is a forest is a habitat for various organisms, animals. In the absence of trees, the soil will not hold water, which causes floods. Soil, no trees, so floods arise, isn't it? Then forest deforestation endangered our life and environment, so we must think about it, okay? So this will their cause, if the forest is not there, deforestation, CO2 increase in Earth's temperature, no food and shelter, and floods takes place. In the same way, importance of forest you can see, O2 and CO2 is balanced, habitat for various animals, okay? Soil is protected by the roots, good rainfall in nearby areas, various products are obtained, water table maintained or recharged, isn't it? You can list on this, but if this component forest is not there, these are that points which may face us, it will make us in danger. कार्बन डाइऑक्साइड इंक्रीज तो अल्टीमेटली वो अर्थ का टेम्परेचर बढ़ेगा, isn't it? No food and no shelter, as we have said, habitat for various animals, but if the forest is not there, no food and shelter. Floods, we had understand soil is protected by the roots, because in forest floor the forest land is covered with the trees and plants. So roots, if there is a no forest, the roots is not there, then it will make a cause of floods. Good rainfall is received in near areas, so no rainfall. Okay, no rain. Isn't it? So we can say that forest is our lifeline. I hope you understand this chapter very much. Thank you.